You just spent $300 on a first date. Fancy restaurant, flowers, the whole production. She seemed impressed, maybe even grateful. Fast forward 3 months. Now she's complaining you don't put in effort anymore. That $300 dinner? That's now the minimum expectation. Every date needs to match or exceed it. You played yourself, and you don't even know it yet. Let me explain why trying too hard in modern dating is the fastest way to lose, and why doing less actually gets you more. Here's the brutal truth about early high effort. It becomes the permanent standard. Whatever you do in the first month becomes the baseline, not the exception. Those daily good morning texts? Now required. That 2-hour drive to see her? Expected weekly. The expensive dates? That's just Tuesday now. You've set a bar you can't maintain, and when you inevitably drop below it, you're not trying anymore. I had a client who chartered a helicopter for a third date. A helicopter. You know what happened? By month 6, she was complaining he'd gotten lazy because they were just going to normal restaurants. He'd ruined regular dating by starting at the top. There was nowhere to go but down, and down meant disappointment. People adapt quickly to whatever treatment they receive. It's called hedonic adaptation. Humans rapidly adjust to positive changes and return to baseline happiness. That amazing thing you did? It's normal within 3 weeks. That special effort? It's expected within a month. You're not building appreciation, you're building tolerance. Like a drug, they need more and more to feel the same high. A guy I counselled would leave work early every day to pick up his girlfriend. First week she was thrilled. Second week, grateful. By the third week, she was annoyed when he was 5 minutes late. The extraordinary had become ordinary, and ordinary had become unacceptable. He'd trained her to expect something he couldn't sustain. Gratitude doesn't keep relationships together. This is what men don't understand. You think if you do enough, she'll be so grateful she'll never leave. Wrong. People don't stay in relationships because of gratitude. That creates obligation, not attraction. They stay because of emotions, chemistry, connection. Your grand gestures might buy temporary appreciation, but they don't buy permanent commitment. Some people stay out of guilt or obligation when you overinvest, and that's even worse. You don't want someone who's with you because they feel bad leaving after all you've done. That's not love, that's emotional hostage-taking. You've created a covert contract where your investment supposedly obligates their commitment. It doesn't work, and when they finally leave despite everything you've done, you'll be devastated. Starting small gives the relationship room to grow naturally. Begin with coffee dates, progress to dinners, then activities, then trips. Each escalation feels special because it's actually an escalation. You're building momentum instead of trying to maintain an unsustainable peak. The relationship has somewhere to go, something to build toward. Think about it like a video game. You don't start at level 100. There's nowhere to progress. You start at level 1 and work up. Each new level feels like achievement. Each upgrade matters. But if you start at maximum effort, the only direction is stagnation or decline. You've eliminated the journey, and the journey is where bonding happens. Rewards should match behavior. This is basic psychology. In any healthy dynamic, better behavior leads to better treatment. But what happens when you give maximum reward for minimum behavior? You get minimum behavior. Why would someone work for something they're already getting for free? You've removed all incentive for effort. I watched this play out with a friend, met a woman, immediately started taking her to 5-star restaurants, buying expensive gifts, planning elaborate dates. She barely texted back, was always busy, never initiated anything. But he kept escalating his effort, thinking more investment would spark more interest. 6 months later, she left him for a guy who took her to Chipotle. Why? Because she actually had to earn Chipotle guy's attention. Overspoiling creates entitlement, not appreciation. When someone receives high-value treatment without contributing anything, their brain doesn't think, I'm so lucky. It thinks, I must be worth this. They don't become grateful. They become entitled. You're not raising their appreciation of you. You're raising their estimation of themselves. Modern dating has many people taking advantage of upfront generosity. They're called foodie calls, dates accepted just for the free meal. Some people collect experiences like trophies. The guy who took me to Paris, the guy with the yacht, the guy with courtside tickets. You're not a potential partner, you're an experience provider. They'll take what you're offering with zero intention of reciprocating. A client discovered his date was live tweeting their expensive dinner to her friends, making fun of him trying so hard. She had no interest in him. She just wanted the Instagram content and the free meal at a place she couldn't afford. He thought he was building connection. She was building her social media presence. Giving someone what they want too early eliminates their motivation to stay. If someone gets all the benefits of a relationship immediately, attention, resources, experiences, validation, why would they stick around? They've already extracted maximum value. It's like paying someone their entire salary on day one, then expecting them to show up for work all year. The pursuit is part of attraction. When you hand everything over immediately, you've eliminated the chase, the mystery, the wondering. There's no investment from their side, no skin in the game. They haven't had to work for anything, so nothing has value. You've turned yourself into a vending machine. Insert minimum effort, receive maximum reward. Limiting early effort helps reveal genuine interest brilliantly. When you don't provide much at the start, the people who stick around actually like you, not your resources. They're interested in connection, not consumption. They're investing their time because they want to, not because they're being paid to through expensive experiences. I tell men, first 3 dates should be coffee, walks, simple activities, maximum $20 per date. The women who complain, they've shown you who they are. The women who enjoy your company regardless, those are the ones worth investing in. You're not being cheap, you're being strategic. You're filtering for character, not conducting transactions. Strong attraction reduces expectations dramatically. A woman who's genuinely attracted to you doesn't need expensive dates. She just wants to be near you. I've seen women drive hours for a man they're attracted to, happy just to watch Netflix on his couch. Meanwhile, men are taking uninterested women to expensive restaurants hoping to buy attraction. It doesn't work that way. Access to a high-value man is the reward. If you're fit, successful, interesting, charismatic, your time is valuable. Spending time with you should be the prize, not the expensive accessories you provide. But when you lead with resources instead of character, you're telling her your personality isn't enough. You're negotiating attraction instead of creating it. Low early effort acts as a filtering system for the modern dating marketplace. The people who need constant entertainment, expensive experiences, and maximum effort from strangers. You don't want them anyway. They're professional daters, validation seekers, resource extractors. Let them filter themselves out by not providing what they're hunting for. Some women may criticize this approach, even though it's devastatingly effective. He's cheap. He's not serious. He's not a real man. These are the complaints of people who wanted resources, not relationship. Their anger at not getting immediate maximum investment reveals their true intentions. Thank them for showing themselves out. The comments online are telling. If he doesn't spend at least $200 on the first date, he's not interested. Really? Or is spending $200 on a stranger just poor judgment? The same people demanding huge early investment are often the ones complaining about love bombing when someone actually does it. The cognitive dissonance is remarkable. Men should avoid trying to impress strangers with heavy investment. You don't know this person. They could be married, crazy, incompatible, or just bored. Why are you investing heavily in a complete unknown? Would you invest your savings in a company you'd never researched? Then why invest your resources in a person you don't know? The traditional dating model is broken in the modern context. It made sense when dating led quickly to marriage, and people dated within small communities where reputation mattered. Now, you're one of 12 people she's talking to on apps. Your expensive dinner is Tuesday, someone else's is Friday. You're not building toward marriage, you're competing in an attention economy. The investment should match the relationship stage. Strangers get stranger-level effort. Acquaintances get acquaintance-level effort. Girlfriends get girlfriend-level effort. Wives get wife-level effort. But men are giving wife-level effort to matches on dating apps who haven't even met them yet. The sequence is completely inverted. I know a guy who spent 6 months talking to a woman online, sent her thousands in gifts and money, flew her to meet him. She stayed 3 days, said there was no chemistry, and left. He gave relationship-level investment to a pen pal. The mismatch between investment and actual relationship was staggering. The prove yourself paradigm needs to die. Why do men need to prove themselves through resource expenditure? What exactly are you proving? That you have money? That you're desperate? That you don't understand value exchange? You're not proving worthiness, you're proving exploitability. Real connection happens in simple moments, not expensive venues. Some of the deepest conversations happen on walks, not in 5-star restaurants. Some of the best bonding happens cooking together at home, not at concerts. The expensive extras often distract from actual connection. You're so focused on impressing that you forget to connect. A client told me his best relationship started with 3 months of coffee dates and walks. Just talking, no fancy anything. By the time they went to a nice restaurant, they actually knew each other. The investment matched the intimacy. Compare that to spending hundreds on strangers, hoping to create instant intimacy through resource transfer. The effort escalation should be mutual. As she invests more, you invest more. As she shows consistency, you show appreciation. As she demonstrates value, you provide value. It's a dance, not a one-man show. But most men are performing solo, hoping eventually she'll join. She won't. She's enjoying the show. Women who genuinely like you will make it easy. They'll suggest low-key activities. They'll offer to pay sometimes, they'll come to your area, they'll work with your schedule, they're investing too because they want the connection to work. Women who just want resources will make it hard. Everything needs to be convenient for them, expensive, on their terms. The abundance mindset changes everything. When you believe there are plenty of quality people available, you don't overinvest in any one person early. You're evaluating them as much as they're evaluating you. You're not trying to lock someone down through heavy investment. You're seeing if they're worth investing in at all. Some men confuse effort with attraction generation. They think if they just try hard enough, she'll become attracted. That's not how attraction works. Attraction is largely instantaneous and biological. You can't negotiate it, buy it, or effort your way into it. You either spark it or you don't. All the fancy dinners in the world won't create chemistry that doesn't exist. The screening process should be mutual. While you're determining if she's worth investing in, she should be determining if you're worth her time. This mutual evaluation creates healthy dynamics. But when you're overinvesting immediately, you're saying, I've already decided you're amazing based on nothing. It's needy and off-putting. Patience in investment pays dividends. The men who gradually increase their investment as the relationship deepens have better outcomes. Their partners appreciate escalations because they're meaningful. Their efforts are sustainable because they're paced. Their relationships have momentum because there's always something to build toward. The test drive mentality some people have is toxic. They want to experience the full boyfriend/husband experience before committing to anything. Free meals, trips, gifts, attention, all the benefits with no reciprocal investment. You're not a test drive, you're a person. Your resources aren't samples to be consumed by browsers. Setting standards early establishes relationship dynamics. If you start as an ATM, you'll remain an ATM. If you start as entertainment, you'll remain entertainment. If you start as equal partners building something together, that pattern continues. The precedent you set in the first few weeks determines the entire relationship trajectory. The complaint about 50-50 dating reveals entitlement. Some people believe men should pay for everything because reasons. Tradition, biology, makeup costs. The justifications vary, but the entitlement remains. In an era of equality, expecting one-sided financial investment is anachronistic. Either we're equal or we're not. Low investment dating creates authentic connections. When you're not trying to impress with resources, you have to connect with personality. When she's not being dazzled by experiences, she has to actually evaluate you as a person. The removal of external validators forces genuine human connection, or reveals its absence. The "he should be happy to spend on me" argument is manipulative. Flip it. Shouldn't she be happy just to spend time with you? Why is resource transfer required for her happiness? If someone needs payment to enjoy your company, they don't actually enjoy your company. Smart men are catching on to this dynamic. They're refusing to be walking wallets. They're demanding mutual investment. They're filtering for character over beauty. And the people who benefited from the old system are panicking, calling them cheap, broke, uncommitted. The shame tactics reveal the game. The sustainability question matters long term. Can you maintain the level of effort you're starting with for years? If not, you're setting yourself up for failure. She'll always compare current effort to initial effort, and if initial was unsustainably high, current will always disappoint. A friend started his marriage with daily flowers, weekly date nights, monthly weekend trips. 3 kids and a mortgage later, that's impossible. Now his wife feels neglected because he can't maintain what he foolishly established as normal. He created his own prison through unsustainable early effort. The value perception gets skewed by overinvestment. When you immediately provide maximum value, you're communicating that you're lower value than her. High-value people don't need to purchase attention. Your overinvestment signals that you don't believe your inherent value is enough. It's self-defeating. The investment matching principle works both ways. If she's investing time, attention, affection, match that with your own investment. If she's distant, minimal, lukewarm, match that too. Don't try to generate interest through asymmetric investment. Mirror what you receive until genuine mutual interest develops. Some people are professional daters, exploiting generous men serially. They have no intention of relationships, just resource extraction. They've gamified dating apps into free entertainment and meal services. Your heavy early investment just makes you their next mark. They're not dating, they're harvesting. The potential relationship trap costs men thousands. You're investing based on what could be, not what is. You're paying premium prices for a hypothetical future. You're giving relationship benefits for the possibility of relationship. It's like paying full price for a car you might potentially maybe someday get to test drive. Women who demand heavy early investment often provide minimal reciprocal value. They want maximum resource transfer for minimum emotional investment. They're not looking for partners, they're looking for sponsors, and when you provide sponsorship hoping for partnership, you get neither. The abundance mentality some people have is staggering. They genuinely believe they deserve maximum investment from multiple men simultaneously. They're juggling several resource providers, each thinking they're building towards something special. Your expensive dinner is funding their dating adventures with someone else. Setting boundaries early prevents exploitation. I don't do expensive first dates. I prefer activity dates to restaurant dates. I like to build connection before big investments. These boundaries filter out resource seekers immediately. The anger they provoke reveals the intentions of those complaining. The reciprocity test reveals true intentions. Suggests you plan and pay for the second date. Watch what happens. If she's genuinely interested in you, she'll make effort. If she's interested in resources, she'll make excuses. The simple test saves men thousands of dollars and years of frustration. Some men become bitter after years of overinvesting with no return. They spent thousands on dates that went nowhere. They gave maximum effort to people who gave minimum respect. They confused transaction with attraction. Now they're angry, broke, and alone. The bitterness is understandable but preventable. The solution is strategic investment, not zero investment. You're not being stingy. You're being smart. You're not avoiding effort. You're pacing it appropriately. You're not cheap. You're selective. There's a massive difference between strategic investment and cheapness, intention and wisdom. Quality people appreciate quality time, not expensive times. Someone worth building with cares more about conversation than venue. They value connection over consumption. They want to know you, not your credit limit. These people exist, but you'll never find them if you're attracting resource seekers with heavy investment. The cultural shift is happening whether people like it or not. Men are waking up to the exploitation. They're refusing to participate in one-sided dynamics. They're demanding genuine interest before investment. And the dating market is adjusting, painfully, for those who benefited from the old system. The "if he wanted to, he would" phrase gets weaponized. Yes, if he wanted to spend hundreds on a stranger, he would. But why would he want to? What has a stranger done to earn that want? The phrase assumes men should want to overinvest in unknowns. That's not romance, it's stupidity. Your attention and time are the investment. For a quality man who's fit, successful, interesting, his time is extremely valuable. The opportunity cost of spending evening with someone is high, and that is the investment. Demanding additional resource transfer on top of time investment is double dipping. The compatibility discovery process requires low-pressure environments. You can't determine compatibility when you're performing in expensive venues. You can't have real conversations when you're trying to impress. You can't evaluate character when everything is dressed up in luxury. Simple dates reveal true compatibility. Some of the best relationships start with the least impressive beginnings. Coffee that turns into 6-hour conversations. Walks that become deep connections. Study dates that become partnerships. The lack of external pressure allows genuine connection to develop organically. The "he's not serious" accusation is projection. Someone who needs heavy investment to consider you serious isn't serious themselves. They're not evaluating you as a partner. They're evaluating your resources. Serious people care about compatibility, character, connection, not consumption. Men need to understand their value beyond resource provision. You're not a wallet with legs. You're not an entertainment system. You're not a validation machine. You bring personality, experience, perspective, protection, partnership. If someone can't see value beyond resources, they can't see you. The investment should follow emotional connection, not try to create it. Once genuine mutual interest exists, investment makes sense. It's expressing something that exists, not trying to purchase something that doesn't. The sequence matters enormously. The treat her like a queen advice needs context. Queens earn their positions through birthright or marriage. Random strangers aren't queens. Your girlfriend who's proven herself might be your queen. But someone you matched with Tuesday, that's just entitlement-seeking coronation. The filtering process of low-investment dating is invaluable. You quickly eliminate gold diggers, attention seekers, and resource extractors. What remains are people genuinely interested in connection. The quality of matches decreases, but the quality of connections increases dramatically. Some people reveal themselves immediately when resources aren't offered. The mask drops, the anger emerges, the entitlement shows. Thank them for showing you who they are before you waste time and money. Their reaction to normal dating is your early warning system. The sustainability of modern dating requires adjustment. The old model of men paying for everything made sense when women couldn't work. Now, it's anachronistic and unsustainable. Either we update the model or dating dies. Men are updating by refusing to participate in outdated dynamics. Your resources are your resources until commitment exists. You worked for that money. You sacrificed for that success. You earned those experiences. Sharing them with someone special makes sense. Handing them to strangers hoping to purchase specialness doesn't. The men should pursue argument ignores modern reality. In a world of online dating, Me Too, and equality, the old pursuit dynamics don't work. Men who pursue too hard are creepy. Men who invest too much are simps. Men who do too little are lazy. The only winning move is strategic balance. Low investment dating protects both parties. Men don't waste resources on incompatible people. Women don't feel obligated by expensive dates. Everyone can evaluate authentically without external pressure. It's actually more respectful than transactional heavy investment dating. The future of dating requires conscious adjustment. The old scripts don't work in modern contexts. New dynamics require new strategies. Men who adapt thrive. Men who cling to outdated provider programming suffer. The market has spoken. Adjust or be exploited. Quality women actually prefer low-key initial dates. They don't want pressure or obligation. They want to evaluate safely and authentically. They're not looking for sponsors. They're looking for partners. Your low investment strategy actually attracts higher quality people. The mindset shift from impressing to evaluating changes everything. You're not auditioning for her approval, you're both evaluating compatibility. This removes neediness, creates authentic interaction, and establishes healthy dynamics from the start. Some men discover they don't actually like the women they were over-investing in. Once they stop trying to impress and start evaluating, they realize there's no connection beyond physical attraction. The thousands they would have wasted becomes clarity gained through strategic dating. The effort should be in becoming attractive, not buying attention. Get fit, develop skills, build career, create experiences, become someone worth dating. Then you don't need to purchase interest. You generate it naturally. Investment in yourself pays infinitely higher returns than investment in strangers. The old model is dying, and that's good for everyone. Women who want genuine connection can find it without transactional pressure. Men who want authentic relationships can build them without exploitation. The resource seekers and validation hunters get filtered out. Everyone wins except the exploiters. Your peace and resources matter. Don't sacrifice them for people who haven't earned investment. Don't confuse spending with caring. Don't mistake consumption for connection. Protect your resources like you protect your health, strategically and consciously. The simple truth is this: if someone needs heavy early investment to be interested, they're not interested in you. They're interested in what you provide, and what you provide can always be found elsewhere. You, however, are unique. Invest in people who see that uniqueness. Stop trying so hard with strangers. Stop purchasing attention. Stop negotiating attraction. Start evaluating authentically. Start investing strategically. Start building genuinely. The right person won't need convincing through resources. They'll convince themselves through connection. The dating market is restructuring around these new dynamics. Those who adapt will find genuine connections. Those who don't will find continued exploitation or loneliness. The choice is yours. Evolve your strategy or repeat your failures. The final message is liberation. You don't need to buy anyone's attention. Your value isn't in your wallet. Your worth isn't measured in dinner bills. You can build beautiful relationships starting with coffee and conversation. You can find lasting love without financial exploitation. Modern dating doesn't require maximum effort. It requires strategic effort. Not trying too hard doesn't mean not trying. It means trying intelligently. Place your investment where it's appreciated, reciprocated, and sustainable. Stop trying so hard to impress strangers and start trying intelligently to build with partners. I want to hear your stories. What happened when you stopped over-investing early? How did filtering through low-investment dating change your results? What did you discover about yourself and others when you stopped trying to purchase attraction? Share your experiences below. Let's normalize strategic dating and end exploitation disguised as romance. Your resources matter. Your time matters. You matter. Stop trying so hard and start trying smart.